Okay, yo guys, welcome back to the shout out. It's just me and Dan here today, doing a little recap of last year of 2025. Dan, how you doing?
I'm doing good, mate. How are you? Happy New Year.
Oh, Happy New Year, man. It has been a wild year.
Yeah,
What a like I don't want to sound like deep or anything, but it has been a little bit of a journey.
a little bit of a journey. It's been quite nice to see how things have grown. We had a few
Yeah.
ideas back in January last year, and
Yeah, it's
we're a whole year
crazy.
ahead.
I think the most thing that surprises me most about it, for myself at least, is the commitment that
Hmm.
of actually sticking with this thing for a whole year.
Yeah.
How many interviews have we done?
I think recorded we've done about 40, posted's about 35. But do you know what I find crazy is there's a piece of paper somewhere in either your room or my room where
Yeah.
we were walking to the Rose and Crown and you were telling me what you wanted to achieve 2025 for the first year of the pod. And I think we ticked most things off apart from we didn't buy a podcast studio, but
We
I think
didn't
that was
get
a
a podcast.
that was a bit over maybe overreaching, but we'd done everything else we wanted to.
We have. I mean, I didn't realize, and shout out to you, Mr. Downward, like how good the pods look now versus when we started and we are just like filming
Yeah.
and posting them and like the editing that goes in and like they look so good now. I
Yeah.
think we're not in a rush to get to start renting a space where we can
No.
film in person, are we?
No, definitely not right. It would be lovely if we did have a space. Like the shout out awards before we jumped, they looked beautiful.
Oh yeah.
That was good enough to be honest, and that was in your living room.
Yeah, that was a lot of fun shooting the Shout Out Awards. Actually getting to meet you in person for the first time.
Yeah, never met you in my life.
No.
That was really cool.
Yeah, man. I mean, like, let's talk about that because that was just an idea that I just had it in my head. I think I was listening to a podcast at the gym.
Hmm.
Someone brought up the Oscars, or not the Oscars, the Grammys or
Grammys.
something, and I was just hadn't put a light bulb went off in my head, and I was like, we have to do a shout out award ceremony.
Brilliant.
And I messaged you and you just met it all just happened like so
Happened
well.
quick as well. That something like
Yeah.
that you'd think takes a couple of months, maybe you don't think it takes a couple of months if you watch
But
the video, but it should take a couple of months to prepare.
it
But
basically did, right? Because
yeah,
we had to have I can't remember when I had the idea, but we had to have the cutoff at the end of October because there was
hmm,
a lot of deliberating
yeah.
about who actually gets to win these awards because we've had so much talent on the show.
That was the hard bit, choosing because at the beginning of the podcast we had a lot of very well known like friends and people that we'd gigged with. So you have a lot of loyalty to people, but I think what we've done well, we not didn't scrap the loyalty, but we really done it on basis of like let's
We
just be as
did.
dead honest as possible. We
We
wouldn't
did.
have anyone on if we didn't like their music anyway. So everyone that comes on knows we like their music and like what they
Yeah.
do. So it was
Yeah.
easier to go, let's just be dead honest. If even if we've known them for 5 minutes or 5 years, who makes the best music, who's the best band, things like that.
Yeah. And it is all obviously subjective because all of
Yeah,
this has to be anyway. I mean, just we just laid down like what we think, who we think should win whatever award it is, and we had to set pretty strict like criteria on what that means, and it was easier for some than others. Like song of the year, you obviously just choose your best song, but band of the
yeah,
year, it was like, well, you have to take into account how much they're gigging and
yeah,
like
variables.
how many songs they've released, the quality of the songs they've released, how active are they in engaging their community and stuff, and that was like a really difficult
Yeah,
thing to take everything into account for. But I think we've done really well, and the feedback
yeah.
has just been insane.
Oh, we got so much love. We
I
actually got it
know.
was. I know it's weird. Like you don't. I knew people were going to be happy because obviously we nominated them, but the love we got, even from people that didn't win an award, they were still giving us
Yeah.
love.
Well, it's
Like,
not
oh,
just it wasn't even just the love that we were getting. It was the love that all of the artists that we've had on were getting and giving to each
yeah,
other
that's the
was
best bit.
just crazy. I was like, obviously that was the goal,
Yeah,
and I thought it was going to happen. But when, sorry, I heard a noise. My
you look
chair
like you saw a
squeaked.
ghost.
My chair's squeaking. What was I saying? Yes. So, like, obviously that was the goal, but when you see it actually happening on Instagram, you're looking at the comments and everyone's giving
Mm.
everyone so much love. It was just like a little bit of a shock to the
And they're
system.
following each other now, which is cool. Like that was
Yeah,
the main thing we started for. Like, let's link other artists up with other artists or labels or
yeah,
whatever, and it's working.
totally. It worked. Like the fear was doing an award show might pit artists against each other, rather,
Hmm.
but it didn't do that at all. And like massive shout out to every single artist that we have had on the show because
Hmm.
it's just the community that has been growing throughout this year
Yeah.
just is such a strong community, and the love that they are that these artists are giving to each other, and the fan bases that are growing from it is just it's so cool to see.
I would like to say one award we did miss and we were pulled up on is Best Plants of the Year, which Sharper Side should have won. So we should have done 10
Oh,
awards. They did have
of
the best plants, but
course.
we then outdone them with our backdrops for the shout out award. So they would have won it,
We
but I
would
feel
have won
like
it.
we then outdone them. So Sharper
Yeah.
Side, you would have won the award, but
Well, they would have because obviously we didn't enter No Rest for the Spacemen into
that's
any
true.
award.
Yeah,
So
that is true.
we can't enter ourselves into awards.
No,
One day,
luckily.
luckily.
If someone was to give us an award, that'd be quite nice.
That's never gonna happen.
No, no.
But yeah, no, it was tough, especially because uh at the start of the year, like you said, we were interviewing bands we knew
Yep.
and like bands we've gigged with, and we know what they're about, we know their music. And
Hmm.
by the end of the year, like we couldn't say we interview indie bands. Like we've had
No.
we like the country artist
Ah.
wave that happened at the end of the year. I really want to keep that going, man. That was so cool.
It's gone from a genre I think I hated country music at the beginning of the
Yeah,
year to now it's one of my most listened to. Like my next year Spotify rap country will be at the top. I think I'm a bit late to the country game, but
you are
yeah,
very late to the country game. My Spotify Wrapped had Zach Bryan right at the top. I'm
right.
a massive country boy. I love it. But honestly, interviewing these artists and finding out like their life stories and their mindset behind creating their music has just been like, and the wave that is happening is just it fascinates me so much. I really want to keep it going.
One of those genres that I think shout out Ruby for this, Ruby Lily that came on. They understand their genre really well. It's like she gave a very
Yeah.
good description of why country's doing well and what it means to them. Like I think in a lot of other genres, well, maybe like indie rock, people get a bit lost in they're just creating a sound, but that country music, what I liked about it was there's always a description behind the music. There was always meaning and reason. So I think that was quite cool. But shout out all the country artists, Ruby, Georgia, Stella.
Yeah.
We love them all.
Shout them out, man. Yeah. Yeah, that's a good point. It's very intentional, isn't it? Like they know exactly what they're about, which I think is it's refreshing and it's
Yeah,
cool. And having expanding our the genres that we are learning about
yeah.
together, me and you and with the audience, I think is just only going to be a good thing.
If there were two genres 2026 you could learn more about, so this is a time for you to call out artists.
Okay.
Like, what would you, not ones that you love, like, what are some genres you genuinely don't know, or maybe you dislike that you'd like to be proven wrong on?
I dislike.
Maybe you don't
Okay.
have to dislike them, but you could be like, I
Yeah,
don't
no,
know enough
that
about them.
yeah. What do I want to know? What do I want to know more about? I think we need to start having some heavy boys on. I think we need to have some metal on. I think
Yeah.
like in Indigo, they were
Oh,
really cool. And
amazing.
that was another one that happened right at the end of the year,
Yeah.
where I think you felt a lot more comfortable there than I did.
Yeah, yeah.
Because I have a little bit of experience with metal music, but it's all basically thanks to you when we were teenagers.
Yeah.
I don't. I was a bit. I've watched it back. I think I was a bit like I maybe should have done a little bit more research. But you don't know how to. But
It's
this
hard.
is the research. It's us talking to bands and finding out their thing. But yeah, I want some. I want some filthy, heavy like
I want some
deathcore
crazy band
artists.
names on here, like,
I want. Yeah, I want some. I want some terrible band names.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Ones that you can't read on t-shirts, like they're just the
Yeah.
font, like,
Yeah.
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 Okay,
I
so
want
you want
like
some heavy band? Anyone else? Heavy bands?
heavy bands. Do you reckon we could get some rappers on? Do you reckon they would
I'd
come
love to
on?
get some. I know nothing about. I mean, I listen to some artists, but I'd love to get like some underground artists,
Yeah,
like
yeah.
not like I don't mean like chart rappers. I mean like people that are, yeah, like the kind of the level that the indie bands we interview are at that level for rappers.
Yeah, I want like drill. Is that a thing? I want some
That
drill
is a thing.
artists.
Yeah, there is some.
Let's
There is
get
something
some.
called
I don't
drill.
know what it is, but let's find out. Let's find out together.
Yeah, yeah.
Drill.
Let's
Is
find out.
grime still a thing, or is that kind of
It's
2010?
definitely still a thing.
It's still
Yeah,
a thing.
still a thing.
Good. Let's get some grime artists on. Chat
I think
with
that'd be
me.
cool.
Educate me. Let me know how
I'm. Yeah.
little I know about this.
I think that'd be cool. The only other genre I would like to understand a bit more is like we had Patronus. I'm pronouncing it right, right? We had Patronus.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, yeah.
The dance kind of EDM, that kind of. So I
Oh
know
my God,
nothing
that would
about
be
it.
wicked. That's another one where I've been like exposed to it.
Yeah.
Like I went to Boomtown when I was 19, but I
So you
don't know
basically you know
anything
everything.
about.
You
I
know
wouldn't know
everything.
how to talk to someone who actually makes like jungle music. Like I
It's
don't
so
know what
cool.
makes it jungle, but I know it when I hear it.
Yeah.
And oh man, that would be wicked. I don't know any. Do you actually know any personally?
No. I
Uh,
again, I probably would have listened to a few tunes that would be in that genre, but I'm very bad for listening to music outside of metal and rock.
yeah,
I can't,
metal
yeah,
and rock, isn't it? Yeah, for me
yeah,
it's like country and indie rock. That's like it. Yeah, we should definitely expand out. I know someone who does something like that, but I don't even really know what it is he does. So
yeah.
that's how
We'll find
little I
out.
know. We should have him on.
Yeah.
You know him too. I'm not going to say his name now, but you know him too.
Right. Okay.
But yeah, we've got. I'm so excited for next year. There's
Yeah.
going to be so much more. Just think about like everything we've done this year, like where we've gone. Like next year is just going to fly. We've got
Well,
so much planned, like already.
we did have a piece of paper that had a plan on for 2025, but really we freestyled it.
We completely.
You would have about half hour. I'd be like, by the way, in half
That's the
hour,
thing
this is
rappers do,
coming.
isn't it? They freestyle, right?
There you
They're
go.
like,
You know the industry already,
it's
but
yeah,
it,
I know things.
if you think about some of the interviews last year, it would be, Dan, by the way, in half hour we're interviewing this band, get researching because I was that like I was it was very last minute. We were so
Yeah,
busy
yeah,
with doing things. So I think as you could see by the end of last year, we had a few days to prepare and we'd actually like listen to them. So this year we can
yeah. We had
interview
a
people that
string
we've
of
had the time to study.
Yeah, we had a string of really good ones at the end of last year when we started planning better. Summer's always tricky, especially because you're
Oh yeah.
interviewing bands and bands are gigging a lot
And
in
we're gigging.
summer.
We're gigging a lot in the
And
summer
we're
as well.
gigging as well in summer. And it is really tricky. And I really respect the bands who find the time to come on and actually like prepare for the thing and
Yeah.
take the time to be interviewed because it is a tricky thing. Like if you're being interviewed by a
Yeah.
band, you don't want to F it up. And
Yeah.
they've all the bands that we've come on have just been so good. And
Yeah.
yeah, mad respect to the guys who find the time among their day jobs and gigging and stuff. It's all independent artists anyway. Like
Yeah.
these guys are working really hard.
What have you found the hardest last year about the pod?
The hardest, I
We've done the
think,
positives. Now let's do the hardest bits.
genuinely, we touched on it earlier. One of the really hard things was interviewing the country artists and the metal artists because I
Yeah.
really, if I'm interviewing, you can say half an hour, here's an indie artist that you've already heard of. We're interviewing them. Like, it's like that. I know
Breeze.
it's
Yeah.
fine. That's a really tricky thing. But also, there's a lot of really like small details that you need to think about in terms of
Hmm.
like looking at the camera right, looking at your
Right
making
there.
sure you're paying attention to your notes but not staring at your notes, listening
Yep.
to everyone else in the call. Like there's lots of very small details. I can't necessarily put a pin on which one I would
Hmm.
say is the hardest, but I think overall improving my interviewing techniques and my just like talking on camera techniques
It's
was
so hard over Zoom. Like
yeah,
I always, we always used to talk about it before an episode. Like do this or I feel now we've got a rhythm. But when you bring someone else onto that, like when you bring a random person and you're interviewing them, they could talk at any point. So I feel like it is a very hard skill doing it over because anything can go wrong over that. If you're in person, at least you can hear everyone. Like, but yeah,
yeah,
over
totally.
it's
Yeah.
hard over Zoom. Um, yeah,
Do you have
I think I agree.
anything hard that I didn't touch on?
Um, to be fair, no, your little laugh. This is a family-friendly show.
I know what you're
Um,
talking about.
I think that's been the hardest bit. Is for
Yeah,
me, it's the being on camera. I hate being on camera normally,
yeah, you do, you
and
do.
the idea of having to we've got a lot more content coming forward, which I'm gonna have to film a lot more selfie videos. That scares me. It's it's the wording that's been the hardest thing for me. So we have he watches these episodes. We should get this far in. Shout out Josh. He gives me feedback on how I do on the episode because he watches every episode. And he
Yeah,
very early on he said you say the word nice so many times, so stop saying nice. So I managed to get out of that habit. So whenever we do the quickfire questions, I keep saying nice. Now I keep saying the word unbelievable, which you may have noticed in the shout out awards of anyone playing a drinking game. You'd be absolutely hammered if you shot every time I said unbelievable. So for me, it's going to be words. I just need to learn words. I need a
both going to get
thesaurus.
thesaurus. We're both going to
Yeah,
get thesaurus and read it cover to cover, learn loads of new words to
yeah.
bring to
The
2026.
next shout out awards are going to have some eloquent words in. It's going to be brilliant. I was
Oh,
going to say some unbelievable words, but I really had to stop myself.
wow. Yeah, man. I think just the improvement that we have made from the start of the year to
Yeah,
the end of the year, I'm is making me really, really positive about what's going to happen next year. Really
yeah.
excited. And we've
Excited,
got
man.
festival season to cover. We're going
Hmm.
to keep doing Put It on Your Playlist. I know you guys like that. I'm
Yeah,
loving doing Put It on Your Playlist. Like it is, because that is my main thing that I love about this whole thing is getting to find new music. And
yeah,
when a band, one of these bands releases a song, it gets me so excited. I'm so glad to share that with you. You're going to get a lot more of that next
yeah.
year. Definitely. Yeah.
Loads of content. We're going to
Yeah.
go for it. And
Yeah. Yeah.
interview loads of bands. Any
Yeah.
suggestion? I'd love to have people suggest bands and stuff in the comments.
Totally.
Like
100%, guys.
that'd be cool.
Yeah, just DM us, comment on everything. If you have a band, local band that you know that you really think that you want on the show, just like hit us up and it will happen. We'll make it happen. Yeah, definitely.
Unless they're shit. If they're shit, then we're not having them on.
Well, that's true. That like we joke, but like
Genuinely, yeah.
all the artists that we have on, we have all had on because we think they're sick.
Yeah, maybe saying shit's the wrong thing because music's it's an art, it's very
It
subjective.
is.
But
It
it'll be
is.
things we're passionate about. We won't interview. We're kind of shooting ourselves because we're saying we want to interview like other genres we don't know. But again, that's a passion to develop our understanding. We won't just
Yeah,
interview
yeah. Like we
anyone.
don't know the
But
artists to
if you're
interview.
hardworking, we'll interview you. And if you've got something cool, like we'll interview you. Everyone's got a
Yeah,
different thing.
totally, 100%. And like that transcends all genres and in like mediums as well. Like we've interviewed like comedians and stuff as well now. And
Yeah.
like I think that's what it's about. It's like if we joke about like if whatever their shit, but like if you're watching this and every single person we have had on this show, we promise you we are worth consuming whatever it is they're doing.
Yeah, the audience just got a nice frozen image of you staring at the sky for about 10 seconds there. But you made it through. We heard everything.
Okay, good. Yeah. Well, shall we wrap it up on that then?
Yeah, what a year 2025 was, mate, and
Sum it up
2026.
in sum 2025 up in two words.
Unbelievably good. Have another shot.
Thank you so much, guys, for sticking with us in 2025. Stay tuned for 2026. There is so much coming. Subscribe to the YouTube, follow us on Insta and TikTok. Take it easy.
Au
Thanks.
revoir.